First off, I want to say, Call Halal Abana Yahweh, Bahashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father through his Son, name who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. We are the salt of the earth, right? We're going to keep on coming out here to the highways. Where is it? If this not the biggest highway in the world right now, this is the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to add a double fold to your ministry. You know what I mean? You got to go out to the streets, and you also have to come to the internet, which is the Most High God made this thing so that we can push the word out.
That's right.
Let me get that in the book of Luke, Akar, for we're gonna have to get you to change your name to Priest Akar. That is priest of the salt of the earth.
Praise to the Most High in Christ. It's the book of Luke, the 14th chapter. I'm dropping it down to the Lord in Christ. I'm dropping it down to the I apologize, Israel. What I want at 14. Man, right? My Luke 14:20, right? Well, God,
you got it.
Luke the 14th chapter, the 23rd verse. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges.
Do what?
Go out into the highways and hedges. And compel them to come in, that my house may be filled.
And that's all we gonna do. We gonna do it whether we on the streets of Deep Ellum or in the ghettos of Oak Cliff. We are gonna teach the word of God to uplift the nation of Israel. That's our ultimate goal. It's nothing outside of that the salt of the earth is going to be doing in these last days. Right. We are going to be waking up the elect of Israel so we can get the hell up out of here. Understand that. And one of the biggest things, this literally, it's like a weight on our people's head that they can't pick their head up, is the goddamn white man. But it's not just the white man. It's the top tier of the white man. Who are we talking about? We talking about the Jewish man, the small hat. You understand what I'm saying? This man have stolen our identity, and now we look at ourselves as just niggas, spicks, wetbacks, and everything derogatory that you can put on someone. That's how we look at ourselves. Mm-hmm. And the Most High God did it to us for disobeying his laws, statutes, and commandments. So in order for us to really get up out of this mind state that we're nothing, we first have to prove that this man is the goddamn devil, and he stole our culture, our ethnicity, our land, and everything else from us.
That's right.
Even in modern day time, like right now, this guy is becoming the richest man on earth off of our backs. Am I lying?
No, you ain't lying.
So today we're gonna go into this video proving that the so-called Jewish man does not deserve to be in that land because it's not his land, and he ain't nothing but a goddamn imposter through the spirit. Let me get that first verse that you was holding the car up in Genesis, Bavakasha.
It's the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, the 25th verse. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
In the world. Say, read that again.
And the first came out red all over.
The first came out red. The fact that the Bible had to describe the first brother is wild doctrine. He didn't describe, because when you see it read, it didn't describe the second one, but it described the first one coming out red. Now, we all know that the so-called white man is not white. He's red. He start blushing, he get all red. He get nervous, he get all red. You smack him, he gonna turn red. He get mad, he turning red. Keep going.
All over like a hairy garment. Mm-hmm. And they called his name Esau.
What they call him?
Esau.
Keep going.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she buried him.
Now look at this. This is Esau. That's Esau. Very, very red. Extremely. And this is a baby. Imagine them growing up and they still turn that color. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, read that the last part of that verse again, Bavakasha.
All over like in hairy garment. and they called his name Esau.
Okay.
And after that came out his brother. I'm sorry. After that came his brother.
Did they describe his brother Ak?
No.
Keep reading.
And his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob.
There it is. They didn't describe him because everybody on earth had so-called melanin. They had melanin. They were so-called dark-skinned. Everyone had some ism to themselves, but not this brother, not his brother Esau. Now let me get that. So what we're doing right now is basically proving that there's a difference in the world. And the only, like literally everybody on earth had melanin. Everyone besides Esau and his whole lineage. Now we're about to prove the lineage of Esau and who come from his lineage, the top tier. Go ahead, Ak.
It's the book of Numbers, the 24th chapter. I'm going to the 20th verse. I'll start at 19. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth for the city. Just talking about the Most High, the begotten Son. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be he perish forever.
And that just going back to him coming out first. You know what I'm saying? That's that whole prophecy of us having to serve our big brother. Khan? You had another one I had that you said you wanted to hold, right? That you was holding, right?
It's the book of so the reason why that came out was because Amalek is the first of the nation, as like how Egypt is going to be the first of his nation, which would be Ham. I would prove that in the book of, I'm just giving an example. I'm proving that in the book of Psalms 78, verse 51. Going to Psalms 78 and verse 51.
No, you go ahead. You can break it down.
And okay, so Psalm 78 and verse 51, it reads, and smote all the firstborn of Egypt, the chief of their strength in the tabernacles of Ham. So Egypt is the chief of the strength of Ham, the same way Amalek is the chief of the strength of Esau. So we're showing that Esau has a son or a descendant named Amalek that is above his brothers, above all the dukes, above all the whatever you want to call it, going down Eliphaz, all of that. He's the top one.
And it's the lock you to cut your wisdom, Ak. But you know what's so funny that they got this thing up in colleges where they call them dukes. They call each other dukes. Ain't that the thing that white people call each other? They even got, that's something that they got. That's in the Bible. They call them you know how we got the high tribes? They call them the Dukes of Edom. It's the Dukes of Edom. I forget where that verse is at. But Amalek is the Duke of Edom. He's the top tier of the Edomites.
They still got like that overseas today. Like
to this day.
Wessex.
Yep, to this day they still use that term because that's them. That's who they are. If you got some more, you got it out.
It's the book of Genesis 36 chapter. Drop it down to the 9th verse. And these are the sons of Esau, who is Edom, and these are their dukes. Just to prove the point, it'll go down the whole line of showing who the dukes of Edom are.
God.
Absolutely.
And I think it's going to say Amalek in there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I did not write that down for you. I apologize for that.
It's okay, but if you can get that now, that'll just be powerful.
Okay. Let me see if I can get up in there.
If you can get that now, because that's proving that Amalek come from the lineage of Esau. You understand what I'm saying? But
no, I got that. If you wanted that, this is 36 and 12 is where you would find Amalek at. Amalek would be, this is the book of Genesis 36 chapter the 12 verse. And Timon was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Amalek. Yeah, these are the sons of Amalek. So I'm just saying, hey.
That's his lineage. That's the top tier, right?
Top tier.
So we understand that these are the people that's in the land right now, the so-called red man. They just talk so that people can understand. The so-called Israelites had melanin and they was beautiful. Their skin was glowing and they was the salt of the earth. Ain't nothing seasoned about these goddamn red devils in my land. Nothing. Now, am I going to say that everybody that's in Israel cannot be an Israelite? I'm not going to say that. You have a lot of people from Moroccan There's the Moroccan Jews, and I want to say a small percentage of them more than likely are Israelites. Because don't forget, we fled into Egypt. Morocco is right there. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not about to say that everybody in Israel is not Israelites, but we're talking about the top tier, the Khazarians, the Ashkenazim. That's who the world look at as the Jews.
Right.
They run the world.
They run the world, literally.
Literally.
You know what I mean? Everybody know it. Come on, we're in the age of information. If you don't know, you're sleeping under a rock.
Lying to yourself.
Lying to yourself. So now that that's out the way, I want to go into some precepts, because what we do is we prove according to history, archaeology, and prophecy. We are about to go into prophecy to prove that it's no way under God's green earth that the people that's laying in Israel right now are Israelites, right? Because this is how the Most High God said to identify the Israelites. Give me that in the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18. Go ahead.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families.
So this right here is Israelites when we first got in the land. Not even in the land. I think we were still in the wilderness, if I'm mistaken. And they numbering the children of Israel so that they can give everybody their piece of lot, right? Keep going.
By the house of their fathers.
By the what?
By the house of their fathers.
By their mother.
By the house of their fathers.
By what kind of dog they got?
By the house of their fathers.
Keep going.
According to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls.
That's all I wanted. So you can see that the Israelites, we declared our pedigree by the house of our father. You can look this up if you want right now. The way that you determine to be a Jew is by your mother. That's nowhere in the Bible. That's nowhere in the Bible, and that's nowhere in science. That's nowhere in biology. It just doesn't make sense. The way you determine something is by the seed. Who carries the seed?
The man.
The man. This is simple stuff, right? A card. Let me get you good. Let me get Kawara. Let me get Numbers 8 and 8 and 2. And a card. Let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 9. Go ahead, bring that up.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 8 and verse 2. Speak unto Aaron and say unto him, when thou lightest the lamps, the 7 lamps shall give light over against the candlestick.
Hold on. This is another thing. You can see right here on this menorah, right? You got 7 lamps. You got 7 candlesticks. If you look at the so-called Jewish man and the way he got his lamp, he have 9 sticks. That's not biblical. What we doing is this: we just pulling out things in the Bible that clearly goes with the culture of the Israelites, and then you see these other people doing things that's not in the Bible. Who are these people? Who are these people? I keep forgetting that my camera is up there. Who are these people?
Right. They missing the mark.
They missing the mark. Finish that out.
And Aaron did so. He lighted the lamps thereof over against the candlestick, as the Lord commanded Moses.
As the Lord commanded him. So what are they doing? The Lord didn't command them to light 9 sticks. What are they doing? Who are these people?
God.
Who are these people? You got to start asking yourself that. Akar, bring that out, Bavakasha.
You say Deuteronomy 8 and 9? I apologize.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 9. And we're going to read it to verse 10.
The book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 9. It says, the Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself.
Oh, what?
A holy people unto himself.
Stop right there. You can literally, bro, you can Google it right now. Who has the biggest gay parade in the Middle East? Last time I checked, holy means set apart, righteous. There's nothing righteous about them people. Keep going.
As he have sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God and walk in his ways, all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord.
Salakia. He said that if the Israelites keep the commandments, then the whole world will see that the Most High God is dealing with them. First of all, let's just look at right now. They just got out of a war. They literally just got out of a war. They still killing people. The world don't look at them like, yo, God is dealing with them. No. Let's go and follow them.
Not at all.
That's not it. And he said, if you keep my commandments, these guys not keeping the commandments. Half of these boys are atheists. Come on, King.
All the people of the earth shall see it, that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee.
They should be what?
Afraid of thee.
I don't think the Hamas is afraid of the Jewish man. I don't think Iran is afraid of them. I don't think the Hezbollah. I don't think ISIS. I don't think none of these goddamn Ishmaelites are scared of the Jewish man.
No.
Hey, if I could.
Go ahead, God.
I don't know why would you need an Iron Dome if people are afraid of you?
Oh, I got one better. Why would you need an Iron Dome if the Most High God is with you? Make it make sense, bro. Diabolical. We gonna keep going. Akar, let me get Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68, because this right here is something that the Jewish man do not have an answer for. He don't have an answer for this verse right here. I don't care what scholar you talk to, they don't have an answer for this verse. Bring it out, God.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
No, with trains.
With ships.
By
the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Salakia. See, because the reason I said trains is they like to say that this verse is talking about when Hitler was bringing them in on trains and putting a gas chamber on them. They like to refer this verse to that. It don't say trains, it said ships. And it said that you will be sold unto your enemies. When was the so-called Jewish man sold to anybody?
Never, ever.
Anywhere in history,
Never.
can anybody, y'all smart, the people watching this video, y'all can pause it and y'all can go and Google and see when was the Jewish man sold into slavery?
Never. I think they get reparations.
Say that again.
I think they get reparations, like
bro,
billions of dollars a year for this day.
America just cut them a check. When your boy BB was just here, nigga, right? Salakia. Your boy BB was just here, Ak, and he literally, Donald Trump said that America is about to take over Gaza. You know what BB gave him as a gift? Y'all remember when the war was going on, they blew up all their pages? A lot of y'all heard of that? When the war was going on, the Israel government, they did an attack on them, on all of their leaders. They sent out a message that blew up everybody's pager at one time.
Oh, snap.
Right? Real talk. When did Bibi Netanyahu give Trump as a gift? Y'all can Google this too. He gave him a gold pager, mocking their ass. That's the damn white man for you.
Damn.
Yeah. This is all documented, brother.
Nasty word.
Nasty. So I bring out that verse to prove emphatically that this prophecy does not pertain to the Jewish man. It just doesn't pertain to them. But who does it fit? The so-called Black, Hispanics, Native American man, woman, and child. That's it. We are just following the evidence. We following the evidence. You understand what I'm saying? Check this out. Let me get the book of Baruch, chapter 2 and verse 32. In the car, hold for me Isaiah 2 and 1. And we're gonna read it to verse 4. Because this is it's easy work when you really moving in the spirit. When you moving in the spirit and you understand how this Bible was written by our people for our people, then it's easy to rightly divide the word of God. This is easy stuff. But what you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child, you have to repent.
That's right.
You have to repent of your sins so that we can get the salvation that's promised to us. Because as long as you still eating pork, crab, shrimp, lobster, all of them things, and every other thing that's in the laws of God that you're breaking, the Jewish man gonna keep on ruling.
That's right.
That's how it's supposed to be.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bring that out, God.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2 and verse 32. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity.
We should do what?
And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity. And think upon my name.
And do what?
And think upon my name. And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds.
And that's I want to stop you right there, because let's just say if the Jewish man was the Israelite and this Bible verse was pertaining to him, did he turn from any wickedness?
They get more wicked as time goes along.
I mean, these guys are the most devout people in the world. I promise you, I love saying this because I want y'all to quote me on everything. Go and Google who is controlling the porn industry.
Stop it. Stop
it. Is that turning from your wicked ways, so-called Jewish man? And that's a stain on y'all name. You might say, oh, that's one bad apple. Well, why ain't y'all condemning that man? Why y'all not condemning that man? This is a stain on y'all name.
God.
Make it make sense. Keep going.
And from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised them.
What would the Lord do?
And I will bring them again into the land which I promised.
Now we're going to stop right there and bring that out.
Okay.
See, thing about the internet, the evidence is right there. You can't get away. You can't get away. The Most High God made you create the internet so you can slip on your own vomit. All the evidence is right there. We about to bring out something from the internet proving that the white man was not brought into Israel by the hand of God. Bring that out.
Khan, in 1958, the president of Nasser, Egypt, said of the Jews, they left here black and came back white.
That's just to get you ready for what we about to read. That's one cut that the Prince of Egypt at that time, he said, yo, how the hell did the Jews come back white? They was melanated. Because remember, we told y'all that it was a difference between Esau and Jacob. See, everybody know what's going on. You so-called niggas is getting bamboozled. The trick's on you. Wake the hell up. Now read that out.
Okay, in 1917 through 1948, so-called white/European Jewish immigrants were moved.
They was what?
Were moved.
No, before that.
In 1917 to 1948, so-called white European Jewish immigrants.
Immigrants. That means that was never their land. They're migrated there. Keep going.
Were moved into Israel during and after the Balfour Declaration.
No, by God.
The Balfour Declaration.
No, by Yahweh Shah.
The Balfour Declaration. And declared a Jewish state.
And there it is right there, man. We ain't got to keep reading it again. You got a smartphone. Go and look it up yourself.
The Balfour Declaration.
There it is right there. That's how the Jewish man got Israel. But we just read back in Baruch that the Most High God is going to bring us back into our land. Was this some more?
If I could.
Go ahead, King.
I think the Emancipation Proclamation is what so-called freed the so-called Negro. So that means a man gave us our freedom, not Yahushua. The same concept. A man gave them the Mona Israel, right? Not the Mosai God. Like, it's that simple. You don't gotta make it complicated. And when you do your research and you look it up, you please look it up. But that's what he's saying. Am I getting that right?
No, you got it right. The Most High God is the one that's supposed to establish Israel as a state by his son Yahweh Shah, and the heathens is supposed to build up our walls. That has not happened. Why are the so-called Jewish men there? Because that's prophecy. We're gonna get to that as well. Was there some more on that? I wanted it all the way to verse 35.
Coming in Baruch.
Yeah, read it to verse 35.
Okay, verse 34. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers.
With the who?
with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them.
Hold on. He said we're going to be lords over Israel. Why are we still fighting for Gaza? Why is the Jewish man fighting for Gaza if you're supposed to be the Lord over Israel?
Trump about to have it.
Now Trump said he's taking it. Right? Another goddamn white man. You know what I'm saying? A car. Hold that precept for me when it said that they divided our land lot by lot. If you can try to find that, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. They divided our land lot by lot because that's what they're doing right now. Go ahead. You got something?
No, I was about to say, and it says that when the true Israelites get returned to the land, they gonna have from the Nile to the Euphrates.
That's right.
Since the Balfour Declaration, they ain't never had from the Nile to the Euphrates. They ain't never even had Gaza.
Come on now.
And still ain't got it.
And still ain't got it, man. And still ain't got it, man. And still ain't got it, bro. Go ahead, finish that.
Okay. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. Verse 35, and I will make
hold on. You saying some real, that's why I love this verse. He said he would increase us. The white man ain't even having no kids. You know how Ishmael is populating more than the Jewish man over there. They gotta bring people from Europe just to give them status so it can be more so-called Jewish people there. They paying people to come live in Israel, but they won't even give the real Israelites in Dimona no land. They won't even give us no goddamn land in Israel, not even in the whole Israel. Just give us a piece of land in Dimona, a few blocks from where y'all got us at right now, living in huts. But they would give a so-called white man from Europe, from London, from Sweden, from America. They would give them status immediately, and they would give them land to build a house. And guess what? They still not increasing. They still not increasing because they go ahead.
Salakia over there, I think over there in Israel, they what number 2 in the world in skin cancer?
Oh yeah, yes they are, because they ain't supposed to be there.
Right, because they can't even survive in the sun. But you know, they the God's chosen people.
Make that make sense. Yeah. Keep going.
And I will make an everlasting, this is verse 35, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people Israel out of the land that I have given them.
And that's what the real Israelites is waiting on. That's what we're waiting on. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
Akar, did you find that precept out?
I believe I did.
Because this is what Trump is doing right now. Like, not only when they got in there, they did a Nakba. They call it the Nakba. What that mean is when they got there, they did a cleansing to the land. That's what they call it. So they pushed all of the Palestinians into that small strip in Gaza. That's what they was doing. And that's when they started dividing the land. If I found that verse, can you bring it out for me, King?
It's the book of I got it. I think this is in Obadiah. If you don't want this, I apologize for pulling the wrong precept.
Go ahead, let me hear it, King.
It's the book of Obadiah, the first chapter. I'm going down to, I'm gonna read from 10. This is where I wanted to put it, but this is where I think it is. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And the day that thou stoodest on the other side, and the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem.
Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. That's what they did. Soon as when they got up in there, they said, no, this is mine. Tel Aviv is mine. Eshkelon is mine. Beersheba is mine. When they don't belong to none of them. And that's what Donald Trump just did. He said, America is going to take ownership over Gaza. Go look it up.
The Riviera of the Middle East.
Was this Simone, that guy, or that's it?
Yeah. It says, even thou was as one of them. He was as one of them, casting lots for our land, trying to take it over. It's talking about Esau in the book of Obadiah.
Exactly. The whole book of Obadiah is talking about the goddamn white man that's going to get destroyed. Right. Let me get, I had you hold in Isaiah.
Isaiah, the second chapter. Yes.
And we're going to read it to verse 5. 4. Yeah, verse 4. Go ahead, King.
It's the book of Isaiah, the second chapter, the first verse. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountains of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains.
So this right here is going into a prophecy. Like I said, we just gonna go to prophecy to see if this fit the goddamn white man. Keep going.
And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
And let's just stop right there. This prophecy is talking about when we, the real Israelites, get back, and let's just say it's the Jewish man. When the Jewish man got to Israel in 1948, all nations was supposed 1948. Okay, all nations were supposed to come to them and start. And they were supposed to start, the next verse is about to say it. All nations were supposed to come to the so-called Jewish man and do what? Keep going.
And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountains of the Lord, to the house of God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways.
So the Jewish man is supposed to be teaching the world of their ways. What they gonna teach them? How to eat kosher pork?
How to take women and children hostage?
Like what are they gonna teach them?
They're gonna teach them how to give a brit.
Right. Let's not even talk about that. Oh my gosh, I didn't want to bring that out. Oh my God, we're gonna save that for another video. This is not the video for that, man. This is not the video for that. Lordy Christ. Go ahead.
All right. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his path. But
so Salakia, let's see who is following the goddamn Jewish man. They're not the salt of the earth. They ain't got the best music. They ain't coming up with the best dunks. They ain't got the best fashion. They ain't even got the best food. Who the hell is following the Jewish man? Nobody. But this precept says that the whole world is going to follow their ways. Make it make sense. Keep going, God.
For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Go ahead, priest. You can break that down.
The law would be the first 5 books of the Torah. If you're not teaching to circumcise your children in a proper manner, you're not teaching the laws of God. If you're having homosexual parades, you're not teaching Leviticus the 18th chapter, Leviticus the 20th chapter. You're not doing that. If you're not going out putting locks down your ears talking about we're priests of God, I don't know what we're doing. The law literally says you are of your father's house, not your mother's. Everything that they're teaching is contrary to the laws of God. There's thus and so. This is the devil that the Bible speaks of. It means the deceiver. What greater deceiver would there be to somebody to teach you how not to keep the laws of God, to keep you in captivity? That's their whole MO.
And priest couldn't have said it beautiful than that. Keep going out.
Oh, I'm reading. I'm so lucky.
Yeah, you read. Was that what verse was that? I think he was in verse.
I'm at verse 4 now.
Okay, go ahead.
And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
They should do what?
Beat their swords into plowshares.
Man, last time I checked, America been sending bombs to Israel.
And
they've been using them. Have y'all went and looked at the demolition site that's on Gaza? I don't think they threw down their bullets. I don't think they done fighting.
Nah, ain't nobody living over there.
And if I could, like, you know, I was born here in captivity. And you being, it's like you looking back at your own home and seeing the destruction of it. I know if you personally know, this ain't it.
No, it ain't it. But one thing about it is, the so-called Jewish man where he live is not touched. It's not touched. That's why I'm saying all of this is according to prophecy. What Donald Trump just said, that he said, you know something, the Palestinians deserve a better place to live. Nigga, you destroyed their place of living. Of course they need somewhere else to live now. What the fuck? Like, what the hell are you talking about? So to answer your question, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I ain't got no dog in a fight, man. I really don't give a damn. And for my people that's in Israel right now that want to go and serve in a military, shame on you. Shame on you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the same thing for our people in America that want to go and serve in Esau's army. Shame on you. You gonna fight against Christ? Your arms ain't long enough. Crazy.
When you say it like that, that sounds horrible.
You see what I'm
saying? When you say it like that,
was that it on verse 4, King?
Okay. They'll beat the swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation.
And that's another thing, bro. We are on a peak of World War III. When I say that it's supposed to be peace, if they was the real Israelites, it's not a smell of peace in the air. You smell gunpowder. That's what's in the air right now. There's no peace. Right. So how the hell are they the real Israelites? Finish that out.
Neither shall they learn war anymore.
Bro, they literally just sent some jets, right? They sent jets to Ukraine, and America's soldiers is teaching them how to use it. The Bible said that you would not even learn war anymore.
Just if I could, I got a precept.
Go ahead, King. Do you think?
The book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. I'm going to the 7th verse. For a nation shall rise against nation, America against Jerusalem. It's two different. If I'm looking at it right, you got an Edomite from one of the other dukes, and you got Amalek over here. Amalek going against. Is that not?
That is.
Okay. No, I'm leaving it at that.
I mean, simple as that. Like you said, that's Bible though, but they don't want to deal with the so-called New Testament. They don't want to deal with that.
You know I wouldn't either. If I was them, I wouldn't either. A so-called black man getting ready to come and beat the shit out of me. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that New Testament. Not dealing with that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's keep it moving. If that was it on that, let me get Ezekiel 36 and verse 5. And you can hold for me Hosea 1 and 10, Babakasha.
God.
You said Ezekiel.
So again, Israel, we just going into biblical prophecies that's clearly going to make a difference between the Jewish man, which come from the lineage of Esau, in the top tier, which is Amalek. That's who in our land right now. We're going to make a difference between them and the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American man, woman, and child scattered across the world, which are the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what we do in Israel. It's not hard. Let me know when you got it.
You said Ezekiel what again?
36 and verse 5.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 5.
Therefore,
thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen.
The residue of who?
The residue of the heathen. And against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession.
This is another beautiful prophecy that the Most High God, he told us that this is what they gonna do. The Idumeans are the Edomites.
That's right.
You can Google it right now. The people that's running Israel is the goddamn Edomites. The pink, pale devil. I'm going to just call a spade.
Please.
That's it. I'm just going to call a spade. Zelo hamedina shelachem. Zelo shelachem. Atem lo ha'ivrim. I'm simply saying the land is not yours. You are not the people of the land.
In their language.
In their language.
That gift you got, listen, jealous.
We'll talk about it.
Oh my God, I love being a part of this camp. I don't like that brother. But I love this brother so damn much. Oh my God, I love being part of this camp.
Hey man, look here. This beautiful, powerful lesson, man, almost ain't happened. Praise the Lord, dude. You know, the brother is good at technology because I almost gave up.
All praises, man. I love this, man. This is I be sometimes I ain't gonna lie to you, I forget how real this is. You know what I'm saying? Like this is
God, and that's our job to do. We supposed to rejoice to do the work of the Lord.
man.
Right.
Let me get back to that. Go ahead, bring that up.
All right. In the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession.
So what they did is they took our land and said, "This is ours. We're the Jews. You can't come over here. Kick these niggas out of here." Do you know I was born and raised in Israel, brother? And it's hard for me to get my full citizenship. Imagine that. And then you got some goddamn hunky from New York named Billy that can do a so-called aliyah and he get immediately status.
That's that Balfour Declaration, huh?
Exactly. But that's how that prophecy came real. Keep going.
Which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy.
With the what?
With the joy.
See, these hunkies is happy. They don't give a damn. They so-called just said it's a peace. It's they called it Hafsachat Eish, where they ain't gonna be exchanging fire right now between the Palestinians and the Jewish people. Man, they still killing them because it's joy for them to kill. Remember, Esau's blessing was the sword. You know what I'm saying? So how can he stop killing? It's in his DNA.
That's what he was made to do.
Finish going.
With the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds.
Despiteful minds. So not only did they took our land, they said, how can we keep these niggas at the bottom? How can we keep these niggas at the bottom? That's the despiteful mind that they got.
That's right.
How can we keep the Israelites, the real Israelites, in sin? Keep going.
To cast it out for a prey. You want verse 6?
No, we can stop right there. Because if I keep going, I'm gonna read that whole damn chapter, man. So that's what the so-called white man did. That's another proven fact that they are the Edomites and we are the Israelites, and that land does not belong to them.
That's right.
Let me get that. I had you hold in Babakashah card in Hosea 1 and 10.
This is the book of Hosea, the first chapter, the 10th verse. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Stop right there. He said the number of the children of Israel will be as the sand of the sea. The Jewish man can literally count how many Jews is in the world. I can't even count how many kids I got. I mean, I'm just being for real though, man. The Jewish man is a goddamn devil. He's a goddamn liar. He's a deceiver. And there's no way in hell that this Bible verse right here pertains to him. Keep going.
And it shall come to pass that in the place where they were said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
Now it's a twofold to that what he just read. When was the Jewish man ever told that he wasn't a Jew?
Never.
When do anybody question his Judaism?
Never.
But don't they do that to us all the time?
And we everything but a child of God.
And isn't this the place in our captivity where we was like, damn, I ain't no nigga. I think that Bible verse is talking about me. This is where I heard Deuteronomy 28 and said, yo, that's me.
Yeah.
In a place of my captivity.
Shout out to the great brother Nat Turner, by the way.
Bro, man, I recommend all y'all Jewish people go watch that movie. Because boy, that day is coming back around real soon. Lord willing. Is this some more on that guy?
No, I can keep reading to 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together.
Then when we do what?
We shall be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel.
Okay, break it down.
It's talking about the Most High's only begotten Son going to gather us out of the land of our captivities and bring us back to the land. It's not going to be no Balfour Declaration that's going to bring us back. It's going to be the only begotten Son that's going to bring us back into our land. We appoint him to be our head.
Beautiful said. And it's just that simple. Let me get the book of Joel 3, and we're gonna start at verse 1. And Akar, hold the book of Luke chapter 20, verse 21 and verse 24. That's how much I love that precept. Go ahead.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
And did what?
And parted my land. Verse 3, and they have cast lots for my people.
That's remember that was the verse I was looking for. The one that you have brung out in Obadiah. I really wanted this one.
Okay.
Read verse 2 from the top.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel.
And that's what I'm saying. The way that y'all got Israel is not lining up with prophecy. Like we ain't, bro, Akar, correct me if I'm wrong. We ain't even gonna get into the land until we go through the wilderness. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. Ezekiel, the 20th chapter.
Like we ain't even gonna get Israel until we go through this last battle.
They got chartered to Israel.
they got first flights, nigga.
Look, and still getting paid.
Right, and still getting paid with Kool-Aid in the shade. Imagine that.
I did not say with Kool-Aid in the shade.
Hey, look here, man. This goddamn Jewish man is living that. He living that, nigga. I've been there. I saw his big ass mansions. He is living that. That's all I want on that. Let me get that in Luke 21 and 24.
The book of Luke, the 21st chapter, the 24th verse. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
Of the who?
Of the Gentiles. Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
And that's what we're talking about. This is the time for you to live it up. Live it up, Esau. This is your time to shine.
That's right.
So you being in Israel is according to prophecy. This is prophecy that your red-pilled ass should be right there. Because when the Most High God's son come back, oh, buddy boy, he gonna rip you a new asshole. That's just the truth of the matter. You know something? We gonna bring it out again. Let me get that I had you hurting in Lamentations 4 and 21. Because it goes coincide with exactly what you just read.
Right.
Was there some more on that verse? Finish that verse out.
The book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot.
Okay, I was a car was reading. Salakia Israel. Right.
This is the book of
No. So finish that verse you was reading up in Luke.
That was it on 24.
That was it? Okay, now bring that out.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
So there it is right there. This is the time of the Gentiles. Rejoice. Live it up. Keep going.
That dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Oh, it's coming. Your cup of Kool-Aid that you drinking, oh, we gonna fill it up, baby. We gonna fill it. We gonna give you a free refill. Keep going.
Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity.
The what?
The punishment of thine iniquity.
The gay parades.
The punishment of thine iniquity.
Kosher pork.
The punishment of thine iniquity.
What they doing to us in Babylon.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished. O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
He will what?
He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity. O daughter of Edom.
O daughter of who?
O daughter of Edom.
The white man.
O daughter of Edom.
The Jewish man.
O daughter of Edom.
Ashkenazi.
O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
And that's what we waiting on. We understand that we don't have no power outside of keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments and having faith on who the world called Jesus Christ.
That's right.
That's what we waiting on for this right here, because we can't do it. We can't do it. All we doing is reading the Bible. Y'all hate us for reading the Bible that they say they believe in.
Disclaimer.
They say they believe in this, but we the problem. Imagine that.
All we doing is reading the Bible.
That's all we doing. Let me get Acts 13:1, because this is another thing. You know what I'm saying? This is like right bullet point, man. This is a bullet point. These are what they used to call the prophets, man. And just tell me, have you ever called a Jewish man this? Or have you ever heard somebody call a Jewish man this? I get the blue letter. You try to get the blue letter?
I'm gonna get the pronunciation after we read it.
We definitely need
because
that.
people a lot of people like to say it's the land Niger.
Right. That name Niger wasn't even renamed into after the colonizer, which is the white man, took over Africa. Am I right, Akar?
Con. I just don't. I'm muting myself so I don't interrupt at all, because what you're doing is great. So I agree. Yes.
Yeah, because that's the truth, man. It's like you trying to say that this was back in the day. That land wasn't even called that. Man, bring it out. Just bring it out.
All right, this is the book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon.
So this right here is talking about the prophets that was in the temple. Who reside in the temple? The Jews. Let's hear what they called the Jews.
As Barnabas and Simeon, that was called nigger.
That was called what?
Nigger.
Called what?
Nigger.
Keep going.
And Lucius of Cyrene and Manaen.
That's it. Now let's go to the blue letter. Show them the blue letter.
Okay, this is, you want me to point it towards the camera?
Yeah, point it towards the camera.
Okay, this is G3526, right? The translation of nigger in Acts verse 13 and 1, right? This is the actual pronunciation of that word. It's not Niger in Africa, right?
Strong's G3526. Niger.
So let's just say that if it is called Niger, nigga, if a white man called me a Niger, he's dead.
Look, and then look at the definition. Black.
What is it?
Black.
That is right there. When was the so-called Jewish man called a black man? You got something, priest?
I don't have any lies, so I don't have nothing. I got no lie. No, got nothing, man.
Priest, let me get Revelations 2 and 9. Right? Let me get Revelations 2 and 9, and then we're gonna double down with Revelations 3 and 9. First, let me get 2 and 9, Bavakasha.
The book of Revelation, the 2nd chapter, the 9th verse. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
But thou art what?
Thou art rich.
Okay.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
There it is right there. That's clean upon tables. Some of these verses you don't even have to break down. The people that's calling themselves the so-called Jews, they are the synagogue of Satan. Right. And we are rich in spirit because the kingdom of heaven is to us.
That's right.
It's just simple as that. Real simple. Let me get Revelations 3 and 9, Bavakasha.
Can I read 8? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
Okay. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. But thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie.
But
Behold,
do what?
But do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, to know that I have loved thee.
Salakia. And that's that prophecy when it talks about in Isaiah 14, when the nations is going to come and serve us. That's when that prophecy going to come alive. That's when the thing that they hate. Why y'all got them kissing y'all boots? Because that's what the Bible said. Why not start practicing now?
Oh, this is the book of can I get a precept?
Yeah, go ahead, get your precept, God. I'm just saying, like, why not get your practice on?
Go on and put your brick in right now.
Put it in right now.
Y'all can't be together no more. Y'all. It's the book of Judges, the 5th chapter, the 11th verse.
Go ahead.
That they are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. Even
hold on. What was that precept again? Because I got something on that. What's that precept?
5 and 11.
What was it?
5 and 11.
Revelations?
No, Judges 5 and 11.
Judges 5 and 11. That right there is a cut for all you goddamn OT onlys that say that we can't and we shall not keep the high. Let me double back. That we can't keep the laws of God in the land of our captivity. That verse just said that we shall. See, I want to show y'all the heathen kneeling down, kissing the boot. Right there. You gotta put it up there. That's what happens when you come back from Israel getting oppressed. You get your boot kissed when you come back to Babylon. Snuff on that. It's on the page. Y'all can go see it. Can you read that verse, that last part again, Bavakasha?
There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitation of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
Break it
so
down.
you're supposed to be rehearsing the righteous acts where we're at right now. And a part of righteous acts is getting your boot kissed, man. I mean,
That's what it is, man. That's what it said, the Bible, man. But you know, people don't want the Bible, man. They want us to give us feel good words. You know what I'm saying? Because
it feels good to me. Don't that feel good? I don't
know. My boot needed some shining. It felt good.
Feel good to me. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
All right, let me get Revelations 3 and 9, Bavakasha.
I read that already.
Up here in a minute.
I read that.
Oh, you read Revelation 2? Oh, yeah, because you read it from verse 8. Yeah. I want to bring out Lamentations one more time, because Lamentations 4 and 21. Because I need y'all to understand something, so-called Jewish man. Whatever you want to call yourself. We're not upset. We really not. Because this made us a great people. Believe it or not. Because when we get back in rulership, we're going to possess the kingdom of heaven forever.
That's right.
Forever. And ever and ever. So go ahead, live it up. We deserve this punishment. I tell my people all the time, we not here on vacation. So go ahead, enjoy it. Bring that out.
You want 4 and 21 again? This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
We talking to you, so-called Jewish man, your Russian man, your Slavic man, your Ukrainian man, every goddamn heathen. Enjoy. Keep going.
That dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
That's it. Our punishment is coming to an end. Our punishment is coming to an end. Keep going.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
And that's what it's all about, man. Y'all rejoice, be glad, live it up, because we got next. You got something, priest?
No.
All right, let me get the book of Ecclesiastes and let me get Revelation for Bakasha. Because this is a quick one. You know what I mean? It's a quick one. I said it was gonna be like an hour and 30 minutes. We right there at the hour mark. So you know, Israel, they got such a short attention span. Go ahead, guy.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
And that's what it's all about, man. If you a man that's tired of being oppressed by the goddamn heathens, come and keep the commandments.
That's right.
Stop being a bitch.
I said it before.
Like, just stop being a bitch. It's like,
Simple.
simple. You want to be a man? Let your fringes hang. You know, in the world they say, let your nuts hang. Nigga, let your fringes hang. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, priest.
The book of Revelations, the 14th chapter, the 12th verse. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God.
Do what?
Keep the commandments of God. In the faith of Yahushua, or Jesus, as it is written.
And that's what it's all about. You have to keep the commandments and have faith in who the world called Jesus Christ, which the so-called Jewish man, they don't even believe he exists. They thought he was he gave blasphemy to the nation. That man, come on, man. These guys are the disgrace. Madness, man. Y'all want to add something before we close out?
White man's the goddamn devil.
At work.
Say it again.
Don't be tucking your fringes at work.
Kyle, you got something, priest?
The white man's the goddamn devil.
and I agree with both of them statements. And with that, I want to say, Kal Halal, Abana Yahweh, Bahashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, Kum Yasharala, and Shalom.
Shalom.
Kum Yasharala.
Kum Yasharala.